Hey there, happy Friday. Well, today, a slight deviation from what we've been doing, where I've been responding to specific questions that you have asked. Today, I'm answering a question that I know we all are asking. And the question is, what can we do? How can we help? It is no surprise to any of us that we are in a very unique and difficult season as a community, as a country. And as I mentioned this past Sunday, there are many of our very own who are facing the unknowns of being furloughed or working and not getting a paycheck. And then an abundance of others in our community, our church community, and our nearby community who are facing the panic, the fear of worrying about not only making ends meet, but feeding themselves or their families because of potential changes to benefits. Now, I am mindful that Virginia has managed to continue those benefits, but that doesn't take care of the whole problem. It doesn't create a permanent solution. And of course, there are still those who are government employees who are navigating the unknown of the paycheck or are facing the potential of being without. And so we're all wondering, what can we do to help? So today I wanted to respond to that. And of course, as a church, as your pastor, as a part of the leadership team, and as one who is connected to many of the leaders here within our church community, and I'm actively having conversations, we will continue to ask for God's guidance and direction on how we can work together to help. So there will certainly be more information as we are able to coordinate efforts and come up with other means by which to support. I'll share that with you. But today, what I want to make you aware of is specifically our relationship with the local food bank, the Fauquier County Food Bank, and what you can do right now to support. So I just read an article earlier today about how folks, of course, in the absence, right, in the lack, whether it's the paycheck or the benefit, the money for which or with which to buy food, they are going to food banks, and many people are going to multiple food banks or going to multiple resources in order to stock their pantries and to make sure that they can feed their families. And so what we want to do is support what's happening here locally. So I want to share with you what the food bank has named as helpful items for them, items that are flying off their shelves, items that they are in need of to help kind of fill in the gap for these individuals and families. And so those items are beans, rice, pasta, water, always water, soup, specifically sustaining soup, right? One of the chunkier soups, something with a little more substance to it that can serve as a meal for an individual. Hamburger helper is a big one. Any kind of canned protein, peanut butter and jelly, canned fruit, and boxed cereal. Those are all items that they could use. So I'm going to put that list below just so that you have a visual aid as well. Additionally, any money that's being donated right now, all money is being used to purchase meat, because that, of course, is challenging. So those are things that you can do to support the local food bank. Additionally, what we know is that Sarah is receiving an abundance of calls to the church office, people asking if we have food gift cards. And so anticipating, we do the monthly gift card distribution, anticipating an even larger response than we've seen in the last few months, you can help support the Helping Hands ministry by purchasing food gift cards, by donating to the Helping Hands Fund so that we can purchase more gift cards. And I imagine we will focus on purchasing specifically food cards for the upcoming distribution. So those are things that we can do today, immediately. And so I would just encourage those of us whose income, whose livelihood is not being impacted, to seize this as our opportunity to, of course, give what we can, and also to reach out to those that we know who are also in a position to give back, to see how they might help support who we are looking to support. And again, there will be other opportunities. I will I will certainly keep you posted on those. And if you hear of any, would you please let me know so that we can stay in constant communication with one another about how we can be the church to those in need, especially in this difficult season. And I would invite us all to remain in fervent prayer that God would continue to guide and provide, because we know that that's who God is. So thank you for being the church, for living out the call of Christ to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, to visit the sick, and to give the thirsty something to drink. And of course, for being so committed to one another and to the gospel mission. I was just telling somebody earlier today, I have in fact received the gift that my colleagues told me I was receiving by being a part of this beautifully faithful church community, this loving church community. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful for you. So Fauquier Food Bank, Helping Hands, those are two ways that you can give back right now, and just be praying not only about what God wants to do, but how God might want to use each of us, because what I know is that God is always stirring us to be open and to be obedient. So I hope that you have a good weekend. If you are one of the ones impacted, please know that we are there with you, that we are praying for you. I hope that you will come to Charge Conference on Sunday morning in between services. So that's at 10:10 in the Memorial Hall. And contribute to the breakfast if you can, or come eat it if you can't. That's one way to have not only a good meal, but also to have some good food for the soul on Sunday morning. I look forward to being with you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.